I want to especially welcome you back to the channel, and in this video I'm going to show you how to design this simple sports poster using Pixellab application and other two applications that I'll actually introduce you to. Apparently I've already done the introduction on this application, but in case you don't know anything about those applications, I'm equally going to show you how to use them in this video. So just stick around, watch me as I take you through this step by step as always. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is to clear off everything. So I'm just going to start from a normal background. So let's see how that is going to work out. So I'm going to tap on default and I'll clear everything like this. So once I've cleared everything, the first thing I have to do at this point is to actually set the size of my work. Okay, so to set the size, I'll first of all delete this because I literally don't need it right now. So I'll go to image size, and the size that I'll be using, it's going to be 1280 by 200. So let's see how that is going to work out. Alright, so as we have our size set up like this, the next thing that we actually want to do is to import the subject that we are going to use for the design. We have to go ahead and import it. So I'm just going to tap on from gallery and I'll pick the image that I want to use. So I'm going to use this image. I already have it downloaded. Probably I'm going to leave it in the description for you to actually download, and if you're in my Telegram group and the channel, you're going to have access to all this for free. So yeah, we have our image over here, and that is the very first step we need to take. So we just click an empty area like this and we go back to this. Once we have this over here, we tap on color, and of course we can use one of the colors from here, but what I want to show you is that I actually picked the color from this shirt. Okay, and if you don't know how to do that already, then actually go check out my other videos on that. I've made several videos on how to pick colors from the subject. Okay, so I'm just going to select this color right now to apply it to the background like this. Okay, now at this point I can also go ahead and increase the size of this player a little bit. I think this is okay for me. Now right after doing this, you also have to work on few other things that will actually enhance your work. So what I'm going to work on right now is to bring in a shape. So I'll tap on the plus sign, tap on shapes, and this is the shape that I'm currently having over here. I'm going to play with it and see how best it will fit us. Once again, the color that I'm going to use for this shape, it's probably in the shades, the JC of the player. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll down, and this is the color. As usual, I tap on a plus sign and I pick the color from the subject. So I'm just going to select the color right away over here, then I'll bring it down a bit like this. Make sure I stretch it a little bit. Okay, I think this size is okay for me. All right, so one thing you have to take note of is the fact that everything that you are doing depends on your preference. Okay, so once I'm kind of satisfied with this, I'll just go ahead and tap on a check mark over here, and I'm going to have this. So the next thing that I probably have to do is to rotate this particular object. So I'm just going to scroll through over here and grab the rotate button over here. Then I'll try to rotate it just a little bit. Alright, so I think this is okay. I think this is okay for me. So what I'm going to do now is to tap on the check mark and I'll come down to where I can see mask. Alright, I want to mask some parts off so that we can have a nice looking object. So this is the mask, but before I go ahead and apply the mask, let's bring in our grid tool first. So with the grid, we are going to position it this way and also bring this one to this side. Now why I am actually doing this is to cut the thing into equal sizes. Okay, so I'm just going to delete this because I don't need this ones over here now. I literally don't need them, so I'm just going to delete them like this. Now right after deleting them, what I have to do is to tap on this, and after tapping on it I can close this. Right, so after closing this, what I'm going to do now is to tap on a mask. Once I've tapped on it, I can now come here and use it. So I'm actually going to enable this, then I'll move it away. Okay, so once I've moved it, I can now come back, tap here, okay, and work with it well. Okay, so once you've been able to cut one side like this, the next thing that you have to do is to come and tap on this copy icon, and you make a duplicate of this. So once you've made a duplicate of it, come and tap on the move tool over here and move the duplicate to the other side. So once you have the duplicate over here, what you have to do is to rotate the duplicate. So you tap on the rotate icon over here, then you rotate this all the way to 180 degrees. So you can tap on a check mark after that, then go ahead and push it to the other side. Now once you have it over here and you are pretty much sure that it is perfect for you, you tap on a check mark, and this is what you are going to have over here. Right, I think let me just lock this layer. So this is what you will be having. Okay, so let's say you are kind of okay with everything over here, then all that you have to do is to make a duplicate of it. Just go ahead and tap on copy. You have a duplicate of it, then bring it down a bit, and you can go ahead and make another duplicate, but I think the size of this currently is too big, so I'm just going to reduce the size of it to make sure it is kind of perfect. Alright, so I think this size is okay, so I'm just going to make a duplicate of it, bring it here, and for this one I think I'm just going to delete it now. Good, so I'm going to make a duplicate again and bring the duplicates down. Alright, at this point I'm pretty much okay with the results that I've gotten. So what I'm going to do is to go ahead and merge the three of them. So I'm just going to merge them right away. Actually, I'll not merge them. What I'll do instead is to make sure that I move the three of them together. Okay, so let's see how this is going to work. Okay, so I pretty much love it over here, and I'm going to tap on a check mark. After that, I can now lock all this over here, and of course I'll bring my subject to the top, so you can see where we are gradually moving to. Now the next thing that we have to do is to enter the text that we want to enter. So we will enter a text like Lakers. Okay, so I'm just going to grab the text right away. So I have the text over here, and what I'm going to do is to tap on a plus sign and tap on text, then I'll go ahead and tap on edit. Alright, so I'll just tap on edit over here, and I'll delete the text over here, then I'll go ahead and paste what I've copied. Right, so I'll tap on OK, and the font that I'm going to use is Go Bold. So let me just grab it over here. Good. Now I have to increase the size of it and also rotate it. Okay, I think, yeah, this is perfect. I'm just going to rotate it this way. Make sure I enlarge it, bring it to the middle. Okay, so these are some of the things you have to take note of as you watch this tutorial. I think I'll pretty much reduce the size a little bit again. We just want to get a perfect, So I think I'm going to play with the style and make it italic and see how it's going to be. Good. So at this point I'll just bring it down a little bit. The next thing that you'll see me doing is to increase the padding, the right padding, so that we can have it look great over here. So definitely I'm just reducing the size of it again to make sure it is well. So I think I like it this way. Now I'm going to tap on a check mark. I'm going to give white color to the text. So let's do that quickly. So selecting white, and I'll have to bring the text beneath the subject, just like this. At this point I'm going to make a duplicate of this text, and I'll just have to reduce the size of it. Okay, so let me do that quickly. After reducing the size of it, I'll change the font to Akira Expanded. Good. So having changed the font, we still have to reduce the size a little bit further, right? So we grab the size tool, then we use it. So yeah, perfect. We'll put it over here, and that is going to be it. At this point we are pretty much done with everything. So the next thing that we have to do is to bring it, we're just going to bring in the other name, which is LeBron James. All right, so I'm just going to grab this over here quickly, then go back to Pixellab and probably just paste it somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to tap on edit and delete this over here. Then I go ahead and paste the name over there, LeBron James, and the font that we're going to use is MTN. Let me check it out. MTN Brighter Sans. Okay, Brighter Sans Extra Bold. So that's the font we're going to use, and the color is going to be the one we used previously for the shape. So yeah, I'll grab it over here, make sure I bring this one to the bottom of the work, and of course I have to reduce the size of it. I think this is okay for us. Good. Now we're almost done, right? We are almost done. What we have to do at this point now is to go to the layers. All right, we go to the layers and hide everything. So we're going to hide this as well, then we hide this, and after hiding this, then we go ahead and save this. Okay, we just have to save this right away as image. So I'm going to use Ultra for it, then save to gallery. After saving to gallery, you go and open Snapseed application. So let me just go there quickly. So this is my Snapseed application open. I'll tap on the plus sign, then I'll grab the image we just saved right now. I'll tap on it and it will appear over here. Okay, so once it appeared over here, you can decide to actually choose any of the options over here that actually suits exactly what you want to do. But for now, I'm just going to tap on this pencil icon, then I'll select one option over here, and I'm going to show you exactly what to select. So we're going to select this grunge. All right, we tap on it, and this is what we are going to get. So you can increase the scale of it. Okay, you can increase the scale of the grunge and see how best it's going to look. Okay, you can increase the scale of it if you want. So it all depends on what you want actually. So I'm just going to leave it around something like this. Okay, I'm going to leave it somewhere like this, and I'll check the brightness, then come to the contrast. After that, we go to saturation. I think this is it. Then we check the texture. Yeah, then this should be perfect. So after that, you just come and tap. After that, you just come and tap on apply. Then you can go back to kind of edit, then view, edits, and at this point you tap on this. Then you come to this brush icon. All right, so this brush icon will enable you to actually, apply the grunge effect in case you want to apply just to some parts of the work. And if you don't want to apply that much heavily, you can tap on this arrow over here to reduce. You can see the number over here is reducing, so you can tap on it to reduce it. If you want to apply like 50%, then you can go ahead and start applying. All right, so it will not be that much visible as you saw initially. So that is the essence of coming to do it this way. If you don't want everything to be that much harsh on your work, you can do it like this. And yeah, once you are done with everything, just go ahead and tap on export and save the work to your gallery. Okay, so I'm just saving this. Once it has been saved successfully, I'll go back to my Pixellab application, and I'm going to bring in the image right away. So the image is right here. Just going to grab it now, tap on the check mark, make sure I work with it the right way. So using relative position tool, I'm going to position it this way, tap on a check mark, and make sure I push it to, let's say, the bottom, right? So to the back like this. So I've pushed it to the back. You can check it out now. You can see it is not at the top but rather at the back over here. Good. So once we push it to the back, we're going to reduce the opacity of this to 50. Okay, so take note, we're going to reduce the opacity of this to 50. Almost the three shapes, we're going to reduce the opacity to 50-50. So let's start with the first one, opacity to 50. Let's see. Good. Now let's come to the second one, reduce the opacity to 50. Good. And the last one, we reduce the opacity to 50 as well. Good. Now at this point we are pretty much done with everything. Now we can go ahead and activate other layers, but before that, let's lock this layer, and we can now activate this, this and this. Good. So once we've reached this level now, you can see we are almost done with everything. The last thing that we have to enter is the name LeBron. Okay, so let's go and grab the name over here. Let's just make a copy of it. Then we go back to Pixellab application and paste the name over there. And for this one, we are going to use this particular font, which is called Akira Expanded, Akira Bold Expanded. So yeah, let's do that quickly. So yeah, I have it over here. The next thing that I want to do is to select the font which I am going to use, which you already know, Akira Expanded Demo. Akira Expanded Demo, and I have to rotate this like this. Okay, after rotating it, I'll have to increase the size of it. Then this should be perfect for us. Good. So we're going to select a color for it, and in this case we are going to make it transparent. So I'm going to select this, and after that I'll tap on a check mark. Then I'll head over straight to stroke, and I'll give it a stroke with a width of 1, and I'll select this color for the stroke. so the width is 1. Then I'll tap on a check mark, and after that I'm going to reduce the opacity of it a little bit, just to be sure everything is working well. We have to reduce the opacity as well. Let's make it 70. Good. So once we've made it 70, we can now go ahead and play with it to see how best it is going to be. So I'm going to make a duplicate of this and make sure I just position it in the design well. So this is the first one. The next duplicate is going to be here. Then we make the other duplicates and we put it somewhere here. Perfect. Now that's not all. We have to make sure this stroke effects, we move them to the back of the design. That is what we have to do now. Okay, so yeah, the best way to do this is to actually, kind of select this and tap on to back. All right, so it's going to be pretty much easier for us that way. So let's do it that way. So once that is done, we can move back to this and make sure we bring this one to the bottom. Okay, good. We are done over there, right? So at this point, you just have to go ahead and save your work because you're pretty much done with everything. So we tap on the save button, then we proceed with save as image. And of course, I'm going to select Ultra, then I'll save to gallery. Once I'm done saving, I'll open PS Touch. This is just to add some effect to it. And of course, if you don't have the PS Touch application, then you probably want to check out my Telegram channel. It is right here, and I'm going to leave the link in a video description, which will direct you to come and download the application over here. Okay, it is an APK. It is not available on Play Store to download, so you just have to download the APK and install. Right, so let me just go straight to the PS Touch application, then we'll pick it up from there. So let's see what we can do now. So I'm just trying to import the image. Let's see how it's going to be. Alright, so I'm going to open my Pixellab folder over here and I'll try locating the image right away. So good, it is right here. So after selecting it, I'll just tap on add. Okay, then we'll have it over here like this. Once we have it over here, the next thing that I'm going to do is to tap on this and tap on the plus icon. Then I'll tap on photo layer. After that, I'll tap on photo library. And in this case, I'm going to pick an image from one of my design resources. I probably have shared this particular resource with you the last time, so it's already available in my Telegram channel. You can check it out and download them. Okay, so I'm going to pick this from my resources, and I'm going to increase the size of it over here. I'm going to increase the size of it and rotate it just so that it can fit perfectly onto my design. Good. At this point, I'll tap on a check mark, and this is how it's going to be. Now I have to tap on this back again. Once I tap on it, I have to tap here, and over here I have to tap on a drop down arrow. Then I'll select overlay and I'll reduce the effect to 50%. The opacity, I'll reduce it to 50, and let's see how it's going to be. Right, so this is how the design is going to be. at the last end of it. So you just tap on done and you save your work, then you are good to go. So pretty much that is it. And of course, all the resources I've used in this video, they are going to be available in my Telegram channel. So yeah, the link is going to be in a video description to direct you over there. So just go ahead and follow the steps and come up with this design. So once again, this is Gospel here from Serene Art. And of course, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and also turn on post notifications so that anytime I bring up a new content, you will be able to receive a notification earlier. All right, so I hope to see you in the next video. Bless up.